there you go. Alright. So this is mine. This is like a Hero 4, I guess. So, alright. So go, Ed.
I got a bunch of shit going. Actually, I gotta be on that side.
Okay.
It's alright. Sorry about that, my friend.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about, and you're standing right in front of the other cameras now. That you can't do. Sorry.
Hey, you wanted me to move.
Sorry. But I wanted to talk about this chase light. I had a lot of trouble actually buying this because it was a lot of money. I mean, it was $650 for a chase light. That's way more than everything else out there. But after having bought it now I really like it. I mean, it is the coolest chase light that I've seen. I thought at first it wasn't going to be worth the money, but actually it really is. Now, we're talking about the rigid chase lights. Like, these are not rigid chase lights, but these are the same as the rigid chase lights that they sell. It doesn't say rigid in it, so this is half the price of the one they sell from rigid. $240 a piece for these, and you can choose them in red or yellow or blue. And I mean, they're nice, but $240, I couldn't pay that. That's crazy to me. When you can actually buy a tail light from Yamaha, just like this, the whole assembly, the entire thing, for $80. So $80 for an extra tail light, which is what I did, or $240 for this light. Now, granted, this thing does do quite a bit of stuff, but not $240 worth of cool. At least I didn't think so. Now, I had this on before, and I just pre-wired it into this plug and stuff that I got off of eBay, and I ran it into a splice that I also bought on eBay, so you don't have to cut any of the wires. You do have to solder everything together to make it work, but it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, but the reason I have these out is because it has the same 6-wire setup that this thing does. Now, it seems like it's pretty complicated. I've seen people online saying that you have to have this professionally installed. I don't know if that's entirely true. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. I'm not an electrician. I mean, I do sometimes work with electrical stuff, but it's not that big of a deal. You just follow your usual stuff. The red is the power that'll actually control this, that'll start it. You have to have the red on it or else it won't work. The black goes to ground. So if you just remember those two, not that big of a deal. And actually the red is considered trigger 1. Trigger number 2 is going to be your white wire. Trigger number 3 is going to be your blue wire. Trigger number 4 is going to be your green wire. And they also have a yellow wire. This one, if you put power to that, it will actually change the mode that this is in. So that's kind of why I showed this. And then I think for $650, I'm sorry, for $650, I thought it should have came with a little longer lead than a 12-inch lead. So now, what does it really cost? Does it really cost $650? No, because you have to buy the wire that goes to it. You got to buy 6 wires now. You don't have to buy them the same color, but I did, so it's not that big of a deal. And I bought 10 feet of the wire of the same colors, and then I had to solder them together, and then I had to get 10 feet of shrink wrap and use that also. It's not that big of a deal. There's actually two different modes that you can put these on, that you can attach them to your buggy. There's ones that will actually go to the tube mount ones, and then there's these mounts that I have on here. I don't know if you want to show that, Donnie, like these mounts that are here. Now, the reason I bought it with this one is because it already had, this is a brand new cage, I just put it on. This is the crash cage. It's oh man, this thing is beautiful. But it already had these mounts, and it just so happens it was made perfect for this. I don't know if he did it like that on purpose, if he knew I was going to put this, but it ended up being absolutely perfect. The right height, the right width, everything is absolutely perfect. Now, these mounts are more expensive than the other ones if you buy them separate. But I bought this on eBay as a kit. I think the last 3 numbers of the kit number is 902. If you buy the 901, it comes with the other mounts that'll actually go on the tube. But in order to do that, I would have to pull the roof on this, and I didn't want to have to do that. So, not that big of a deal. This ended up being better for me anyway. Okay, so the price of it, $650. Is that what it really costs? No. You're gonna need to wire it all. Like I said, the wiring and the shrink wrap is not that big of a deal, but you need the triggers, so you'll need the switches. What I ended up doing is I bought this. This was.
We should have brought mine down.
It's okay. I mean, you don't have to see where it is on here, but I ended up buying this. I bought this on eBay also, and this was $139.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal, but what it is, it has this setup for eight switches. Now, I didn't use all of them. I needed one for the flags that I had on here, and there's not enough stickers for this, so I used this. This is trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 3, and trigger 4. And it actually, this is perfect. Had I have known, I probably would have bought this rather than the other setup that I already have. I don't know if you want to try and pan in there, Donnie, see that? But I have 6 switches there, but with those 6 switches, I was already using 4 of them. And you know, I like Rigid. I already had a lot of their pod lights. I got a Radiant light on the front. These are Radiant pods, and these things are great. I love these. I had these on the back as kind of reverse lights. It's kind of overkill. These were actually, I think it was like $160 for 2, so that wasn't too bad, and these things are great. But now I don't need these ones on the back anymore, so these were donated to the channel, to DJ Sunday Ride, so he's going to have these on pretty soon. Now I still have my other blue pods in the front. These are backlit with red. These are the Radiance ones also. All mine are blue. The Radiant light bar, the 40-inch light bar, and then I have the 2 blue ones in the front, and they work. Actually, the light bar is overkill. I mean, the light bar itself is so bright. Man, that thing is. That was a lot of money, but it was worth it. Donnie won't say it was, but I think it was. But then again, we never use those, do we? Do we ride at night? No, not really. Not really.
We don't.
It's not the most fun to me.
I think I got one video on the channel that us riding at night, and that was probably the last time we rode at night.
Why? Because you can't tell which direction you're going, but we got navigation now.
Yeah, but with all the dust flying in your face, all you see is dust.
All right.
You don't see the road.
Let's get back to. So I'm going to go through all the modes that this thing has. I'm going to show you, because I know a lot of the stuff online doesn't show you what this can actually do. They kind of vaguely go through it really quick, and it's kind of a drag, because I know there is a new video out, and it does show a little bit more, and they're not actually, it's not a guy from Rigid that's doing it, and it's done really well, but it still doesn't show you everything. And he's actually saying too that you should professionally have this done, and I'm saying, do you really need that? I mean, what would that cost you then? You know, $139, $650, and then the wiring is probably what, 40 bucks,
Yeah.
$50 with all the stuff.
But having an electrician do it, he's probably charging you $75 an hour.
Yeah, to do it, to run it all. And if you use this is actually very simple. I'll go through the modes and then I'll show you how I wired it here. That's going to take me a second.
Let me walk through the other videos that we got going. So I could be on this side.
Well, it's going to be because I gotta put the key in for the kill switch. Actually, I don't need the key for the ignition at all. I don't need these keys either. What am I doing? Too many keys. Okay, now that's on. So I can bring this back. Actually, you might want to go back outside on.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna run it?
I can do from. Well, it's already running now. So let's see. So I will show you everything that it does right now. So this is blank. I guess that is your number 1. Actually, you can get these from rigid.com. And when you go to the chase light itself, You can print these out from their website and it'll show you how to wire it. And it'll show you the available modes. Now they say 300,000 different variations. I think that's pretty grandiose. I mean, it'll do 300,000, but you got to think about it. If you use numbers 0 to 3, just numbers 0 to 3, so 4 digits, how many combinations would you have? You'd have 1,000. So if you look at it like that, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, 300,000, I don't think so. I mean, but it has 27 different ones. So let me see. If I go through, let me turn this around. I don't do a lot of this. Sorry. Okay. Where's my button? So I did turn it on there, right? No, you have to turn it on first, or it doesn't work. Okay, that's the number 0 setting right there, which is completely blank. There's number 1. There's number 2 is blank. There's brighter, I guess, for your brake lights. Solid, dim is number 3. Bright, all of them, is number 4. Then you have that. That's what I use as my brake light right now. That's number 5. This is number 6. This is number 7. And the whites for number 8. And it doesn't go all the way across. They have a different version that will go all the way across. That's made by Rigid. It's only for the Razor, and it will do the lights all the way across. But you only have 11 that you can do. It doesn't have all this other stuff. So what was I on? Actually, that is here. It says number 8. There's number 9. There's 10 with the blue.